Hi, my name is Mark Hayward. I am a corporate employee with an entrepreneurial mindset. Here are some of my thoughts, ideas, and comments. So, I want to talk to you today about the role of exercise and meditation in your career. So, one of the things that I have developed in the last couple of years is being able to incorporate exercise into my life a lot more than I did. Now, I actually think that both exercise and meditation play a similar role, and it's whatever is the best for you. Whether it's that you want to be doing press-ups and sit-ups and sweating and running, or whether you want to be calm and mindful, it's entirely up to you. They both play very similar roles, but I'm just going to talk today just about the differences between the two, and if you don't do either of them, maybe you should consider doing them for your personal life, for your private life, for your business life. So both these things, I think, contribute to a healthy lifestyle. As I said, I don't meditate myself, but I understand from lots of people that it gives you a clarity of thought and a purpose. And I understand that actually mindfulness is actually a bit of a confusing term. It's actually not the right term in my eyes. It's kind of releasing. If you have a mindful mind. So from what I understand, it releases you can release certain things that are weighing you down, whether they're anxieties or whether they are pressures on your life. You're able to breathe and concentrate on releasing them. And I think it could be incredibly useful. I know that Ray Dalio, I know that Tim Ferriss, I know that Tony Robbins, not to mention just friends and family, are all very, very positive about the role that meditation can have on your life. So, and the interesting thing that from Tim Ferriss's and Tony Robbins' point of view is that it actually gives you purpose, and it actually frees up space for you to have your drive, your ambition, equally just to relieve stress, because I initially thought from some comments that it just released your thought process, released the tension or pressure, but actually clear thought processes in difficult times, whether it's a high pressure time, is actually, instead of just building on stress upon stress upon stress, to actually have that release and that relief through meditation is incredibly powerful. So I think it's something that if you want to consider, I would try it. Now, whether it can be all sorts of things, it doesn't necessarily have to be yoga with this stretches. It can literally be just a sense of mindfulness, which is what it's called. So if you Google it, and you'll be able to get more details on how to do mindfulness. So I think it's a good way of being able to deal with stress and stressful situations if you're able to keep a clear head. So I think it is a valid and very useful tool. The only way that I tend to use any sort of meditation, it's not really meditation, it's sort of relaxation, if I'm in a stressful situation, or I'm in bed with 100 ideas going around my head, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, the thoughts rattling around your brain. I use a technique that someone suggested years ago to slow your breathing down. Take deep, long, slow, deep breaths, and in through your nose and out through your mouth. And actually, it cuts off the sort of the stress, and it calms me. And so I can definitely see there's something in that. As I say, I still use that to this day. If I'm in a situation where I'm you could say, losing your head, or if I'm trying to go to sleep and too many thoughts are going around my brain, it's something that I do. So I can see the value and I can see the use in it. So I would definitely say, if this is something that you would like to explore, as I say, there's a couple of apps. can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's a couple of apps which are very, very good. And also you can just Google it, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that will be able to help you achieve meditation. The other side to this is exercise. So this is something that I've tried to do. As I said earlier in the introduction, I try and do 2-3 times. So I try and do a decent size of maybe 2 or 3 times. I try and do 3 or 4 times a week worth of exercise. Now, for me, this is a relief for body and mind. So this gives me clarity of thought. This breaks off all of the tension that you get tense in your body. You can feel it in your arms, in your body, in your core. And for me, being able to run for 30 minutes or do a combination of weights and sort of sit-ups, press-ups. I've got a couple of different routines that I do on a regular basis. I'm actually going to try now to actually step that up a bit. I think I can do more. So that's something that I'm going to pay particular attention to in this immediate future. So for me, it calms me. It relieves stress. The clarity of thought idea, which we've talked about with meditation, I get that from exercise. So I will spend half hour on a running machine or whatever it is, and I will feel a release. I will feel calmness. I will feel clarity. So for me, it works very, very well for me. I think if you did exercise when you were a kid, I think you naturally lend yourself towards doing exercise as an adult. I think it's hard to, if you didn't do it as a child, to then build that into your daily, weekly goals, and that's maybe where meditation comes in for you. But I loved it as a kid. I played rugby, cricket, squash, tennis. I was just wanted to play everything all the time. So being able to, I knew what the sensations were, I knew what the feelings were, I knew what I needed to achieve and how to feel in those times of high stress of doing exercise, not stress, but as in when you're really pushing your body. So for me, it brings my heart rate down, it brings the blood pressure down. It means that I've really pushed myself, which is a real sense of achievement personally for me. It's a personal thing, I have to admit. It's something that I get a lot from. So I would say always, you got to play to your strengths, play to your game plan that you've done before, and whatever works. The other thing is for doing exercise is whether you do it before work or whether you do it at lunchtime or after work, it really gives you a real sense of achievement. And I actually sleep better at night being tired, being physically tired. So it's something that I think I will keep on doing because I like being able to get into bed and be physically and mentally tired. So it's a real buzz for me to have that. And as I said, from a sort of same level as meditation, it gives me a clarity of thought. I can approach things with a better, sensible, calmness, because I've broken that sort of tension from a physical side, which gets manifested through stress. Stress as a mental thing can be shown in physical manifestations. So for me, exercise really does it. I try and do between 30 minutes and an hour 3 times. I like to do 4 times a week. It's a bit of a push with kids. It's not always easy being able to fit it around them, but I'm going to definitely step this up and feel this sense of achievement more, because that's what I like. I like to be able to think to myself that I've done something. There's a reward. There's rewarding as well. So big thing for me. So I would say for all of you, just try and find the thing that makes you feel the best in these sorts of situations. Now, it might be running, it might be lots of people find long distance running as a major thing for them. That might be the thing for you. It might be doing cross trainer, it might be doing spin classes, whatever it is that actually makes you wake up and go, I can achieve these goals that I want, whether it's from a physical or from a mental or from a business or a personal, whatever it is you need to do to be able to achieve that. Right, I'm going to stop there. Hope you enjoyed that. Really think about this, because I think it's a real game changer for a business person to prioritise their physical and mental well-being. So please do it. And working like 13 hours a day, drinking coffee and eating sweets and chocolate is not the way to be at your best. So if you're in that mindset now, I would say stop it right now. Change physically and emotionally and mentally to be a better person, better well-being. So please go out there, make the change, and be a better you. Right, that's it. Please can you leave me an iTunes review if you listen to this on iTunes? I'd be really happy to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear your ideas and comments about what I do. Twitter, check me out at Mark Haywood 169. Please subscribe to my podcast, whether it is on iTunes, Stitcher, or Spotify. Also, you might find me on Facebook, releasing some details in there. There's a private members group if you'd like to join that as well. I'd love you too. And check out the website, Absolute Business Mindset website.com. You'll be able to see there's some things on there as well, so you can check them out. So please do. And please, just one last thing, tell someone about this podcast. Just tell a friend, a family member, a colleague, whoever it is. Tell them about, if you like what I do, then tell them about it. I'd really appreciate sharing the love. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.